Now, I've been noticing people have been talking about my shirt. They said they like the shirt. You know what? I'm glad y'all like the shirt. You see us a little samurai warrior dude over here.
Oh, yeah.
Got the little, writing over here. I don't know what it says because I don't happen to read that language. But what I do know is it is a part of Into the AM. They are our people. They are big supporters in just the creator community, man. And that's what we are over here, man. We are content creators and we like to keep our minds elevated all day, every day. And that is big for Into the AM. And yeah, man, they got all type of cool little graphic tees like this. They also have the basic tees like we see Deke in occasionally, or the hat. The hat is clutch.
The trucker hat's
Can't
nice.
go wrong with the trucker hat.
You see me
man.
wore the trucker hat, yes.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Into the AM, and they got some phenomenal stuff going on. And as we always tell you, promo code time. Now, this promo code is slightly different, but Moats 10, just Moats with 10, the numbers 10 on the end of it, will get you 10% off of all your purchases at Into the AM. And that also includes if you do the subscriptions where you can get 3 graphic tees sent to you monthly, or you can get your basic tees sent to you monthly in different packages that they have going on. But either way, shout out to the good people over at Into the AM, baby. Let's go. As we always do, man, let's start it out with the 3 things we like, 3 things we don't like. In the chat, let us know, man, 3 things you like about this Vikings team. I will go first. First thing I like is Justin Jefferson. He is that bona fide number 1, that elite tier, the guy that they're throwing the ball to and you still can't stop him. I just love his game, man. He is a problem. And he makes Kirk Cousins look a lot better at times as well with him being there. I would even say part of their pass offense because they're so committed to throwing to Justin Jefferson, especially when Thielen went down in this pass game. Yeah, so that'd be first thing for me that I like.
Yeah, that one's easy for me as well. I would just say receiving core, but I don't think Thielen's playing this game.
Yeah, he went out in that first quarter. They have him listed as doubtful. I
don't think he's practiced either.
He's not going to go from ankle sprain where you can't even come back in the game.
I think it's a high ankle
Thursday,
sprain.
Right, and then play on Thursday. It's just not happening, man.
Yeah, I would include both of them, receiving core, but since Thielen's not playing, I'm just going to say Justin Jefferson. Dude, his year, averaging...
He's doing it again.
Yeah, he's averaging 100 yards per game. So he's on pace for 1,700 yards and like 10 touchdowns, 110 receptions.
As good as advertised.
Yeah, he's on another level right now. So he's obviously one of the things I like about the Vikings and their offense. I think that's clear as day.
Yeah, the second thing that I like, and I'm sure we will differ on this largely.
Okay. Oh, man. Really?
Captain Kirk Cousins. Yes, and you want to know why I like him? Because I know exactly who he is. We were trying to figure, so I was doing my radio show this morning, right?
You're not going to agree with my second one.
So check me out. So we were doing my radio show this morning, and we were trying to figure out, like, in terms of food, right? Food restaurants, where does Kirk Cousins rank? Because we was like, he's not a Hyde Park or a Morton's, but he's not a McDonald's or a Burger King either.
Applebee's.
We said Chipotle. Applebee's is a good one as well, where it's like upper echelon chain, not elite, but not terrible, but it's always perfect. It's like, I can go to Applebee's on any day of the week and I know it's going to be a good Applebee's.
Yeah, you get those $1, what do they have, like $1 mixed drinks or something?
Right. I can go to Chipotle any day, wherever I'm at, I know it's going to be good. It'll even fool you at times to make you think it's high end. When I used to think Applebee's was high end, like, bro, we're going to Applebee's. It's been times we hit Chipotle, we're going, you know what? Let's hit Chipotle. And it's like, it's a vibe until you go to like a legit Mexican restaurant, until you go to like a legit American style restaurant. You're just like, oh, so this is what it's supposed to be like. So for me, I like that in Kirk Cousins because when you know exactly what a person is, you know exactly what he's capable and not capable of. It's no guesswork of which version of him is going to show up. It doesn't matter what day, where the location is. He's always going to be a good quarterback, but not a great quarterback. You watch him in that Lions game, some parts in that game, it's like, bro, what are you doing? Other parts like, oh, you're elite. That's Kirk Cousins in a nutshell. That's what he's gonna do when we see him tomorrow. He's gonna have some moments where he's looking really good. He has moments where you're like, bro, he's trash. That's Kirk Cousins. But I like him because I know exactly who he is.
For my number 2, I even have this written down. I said, bro, I know you don't like him, but I got Dalvin Cook. I do. I think there's a big drop off between.
He's gonna play though? I don't think he plays.
Might. He was limited.
I don't know if he plays.
I hope he does not play because I do think there is a big drop off between Dalvin Cook and their second guy, Madison.
And their offense is night and day when they can't run the ball at a high level. And
because they even try to give Madison the volume Cook does. Mm-hmm. And you know what? We could make Madison look amazing because we know how our run defense has been this year.
They had moments in this Lions game where the run game picked up a little bit more, and that's when I thought they were able to hit Jefferson a lot more as well. But yeah, if Cook is out, Cook is different. I hope he's not playing though.
If we play like we did last week, at least our run defense and everything, just our defense as a whole, then I'm not worried about Madison. But Dalvin Cook could be an X factor. Yeah, because as I watch him, bro, like if he hits a hole, man, he could take it to the house.
Yeah,
like
he's definitely different.
Easily a top 5 to 7 running back in the league, and without him there, it shows. It shows when they have Madison. So he's one of the pieces that I like for them.
See, I was so happy when I saw, he didn't play last week. He's been missing time and he was questionable. I'm like, what? I'm just going to act like he's not playing so I don't have to say anything nice about Dalvin Cook. I respect his game. I respect it.
He's not the running back you want.
I just don't like it. And I think that's a fair thing. It's kind of like what people feel about Brady. Some people might not like it, but you got to respect it. So I'm just respecting it. I don't got to like it though, all right? But the last thing that I do like about this Vikings team is the kick return unit. Kene, was it?
I'm with you. That's my third too.
In Wengu, man, he's what, house 2 already. He had I think it was a 99-yarder, but even this past game against the Lions, he broke a long one. Yeah, you watch him, man. He's explosive back there. He definitely is a weapon. In fact, I think he's so much of a weapon that Boz, don't give him an opportunity. I don't even want to play this game because in a game like this, where it's a short week, where you're facing a team that in their 11 games this season, all 11 games have been 1-score games for them. That's the most in the NFL. I don't want to give them any type of slither of X-factor play coming from anywhere other than offense and defense. I want this to be a game where you make Kirk Cousins and that offense have to beat you. Make them have to execute. Don't give them anything cheap on this kickoff return unit. So yeah, that's the last thing I like about him though.
Yeah, I agree with you. I have him at third. 2 returns to the house this year. I think our special teams coverage has been pretty solid.
Mm-hmm. They have been.
Just don't slip up this game. You're right. On a Thursday night, and that's weird week. You got to be on your P's and Q's.
That's how it goes.
Well, also, they do a bunch of like fake stuff too. Even outside of their special, I've seen them do a fake in one of the games that I watched, but then even on their offense, they're running like reverse screens back and forth.
They'll do everything, yeah.
Yeah, they got a little gimmick type of stuff going on offense. So that's another thing you got to watch out for. That's not something I like. Like I would hate that if I'm a Vikings fan watching that consistently. Oh, we're gonna throw it to Jefferson. He's throwing it. Oh no, now he's throwing it back to Cousins. It's like, no, I don't want all that. But we gotta watch for it. You never know.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. So let's see the 3 things that people were saying they liked. Now they still saying what type of food Kirk Cousins is. They calling him IHOP. Some people were slandering Applebee's. I don't slander IHOP because that was actually the nightcap for where me and my wife went the first day we met. All right, we went out to a nice little club. It wasn't a nice club. It was a club that was cool, but we went to IHOP afterwards. And I'm always like, if it wasn't for IHOP, I don't know if, we have the relationship that we have, but it was a fun night.
Fridays. Someone says Ruth Chris.
Friday, he ain't Ruth Chris now. All right, don't throw the Ruth Chris
on that. That's Trina Steel Diva.
No, don't you throw that Ruth Chris on him, Trina. Don't you do that now. He ain't Ruth. Okay? He might be Roadhouse. He ain't Ruth though. Yeah.
Taco Bell for Kirk.
Taco Bell fire.
Is Taco Bell a tier above McDonald's? I don't think that.
No, they're all in the same boat. But I feel
Chick-fil-A
like Chick-fil-A. Yeah, Chick-fil-A.
Is Chick-fil-A Chipotle? That's the same tier.
Oh,
I think that's the same tier.
Up there. Take that. About Popeyes.
I've never had Popeyes.
Popeyes is up there too.
Popeyes versus Chick-fil-A. That's been a huge debate.
Because for the culture, it's like Popeyes for the culture. Chick-fil-A though is like Chick-fil-A hold it. You know what? Here you go. You ready for this?
Okay.
Chick-fil-A is Rocky Marciano.
I don't even know who that is.
Okay. Just roll with me here. Okay. So you got Chick-fil-A is corporate, but it's corporate dominance. Popeyes is that Chick-fil-A private school, Popeyes public school.
Okay.
Chick-fil-A is like the cream of the crop for the private schools. Popeyes done exceeded all the expectations. The cream of the crop for the public schools. All right,
can't go wrong with it.
It's just a culture. What you want?
What are you feeling?
Know?
Okay,
one doesn't open on Sundays. One you might get robbed at depending on where you're going to them. Okay, One, they got great customer service. One, you put up with the customer service. Okay?
Well, that's Burger King, too. Burger King is just terrible.
It just depends on where you at. One, they always going to have that drive-through wrapped around the building, but it's going to be highly efficient. The other one is going to be wrapped around the building. Just make sure you got your vest, okay? But it's going to be worth it if you survive it. It's going to be worth it if you survive it. It just is what it is, all right? So that's kind of how I look at them, okay? That's how I look at them.
Okay, but they're both a tier above the Mickey D's, the Wendy's, the Burger King,
yes.
Taco Bell.
Yes.
Man, Taco Bell is so
Taco Bell's
good,
fire, though, bro.
It's tough just because it's not traditional fast food. It's, I guess, Mexican food. Yeah. Mexican fast food. But
it's yummy.
Yeah, it's definitely a tier below Chick-fil-A and Popeyes.
It is yummy, though.
Oh, I've never had Popeyes, but Chick-fil-A and Chipotle.
Though, bro. You would like Popeyes. I promise you'll like it.
I'm going to have to try it.
Yeah, it's good, bro. It's good. Yeah. All right. So now let's go, because I'm still, now we still, Whoppers over Big Macs. I done lost where the three things that they like about them. We done went straight food. Now people slandering Popeyes. They said it's garbage. Wow. Popeyes garbage. Then you got Todd, literally the next comment, Popeyes all day and twice on Sundays. Because unlike Chick-fil-A, they actually are open on Sundays. You know, that's another reason why I rocks with Popeyes a little bit more.
Sure. I mean, and everyone wants Chick-fil-A on Sundays.
Come on now. All right. So with that being said, we'll transition to the three things that we don't like about the Minnesota Vikings, or as our homie Lizzo would say, the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
So with that being said, the first thing that I don't like about them is their team health. Health, they make this team look night and day. You look at this team against the Lions, they look horrendous, but that's because they were missing their left tackle, Christian Darrisaw. They were missing both of their ends in terms of Donnell Hunter and Everson Griffin. They were missing both of their top linebackers, Eric Kendricks and Anthony Barr. They were missing their best corner, Patrick Peterson. They were ravished, right? So you watch them that week, they look really bad at times. But then you watch them at times when they're healthy, when their guys are available, and you're like, okay, maybe this team is a contender. Maybe this team is really good. But as a whole, going into this game, they're still not healthy in the places where they need to be, i.e. left tackle Christian Darrisaw.
He's going to be out.
He's going to be out. He's not going to play. They're going to still put the guy Ali Samika Udo in there. That's going to be an issue for them. Alex Highsmith should have a really, really good game against him just based on what Charles Harris was able to do against him. And I think that Alex is a better rusher than him. Okay, so that's the first part where they're not healthy yet. You talk about on defense, will Kendricks be back? Eric Kendricks will be back out there.
I think
and that's
they both
good.
will.
Anthony Barr will as well, and Patrick Peterson, because he was on the COVID list. But the problem is we don't struggle against elite secondaries. We struggle against elite pass rushers. Now, they create a lot of sacks, but they're going to be without their two best pass rushers in Donnell Hunter and
they're
Everson
probably, they're probably not coming back this season. Either.
I know with Everson, his situation is
he got the personal issue.
Yeah, he got the personal mental stuff. They're checking. He's not going to be out there anytime soon.
Hunter's on IR.
Yeah, he's on IR. So there, and then even Robinson, that's the third guy. Was it Jared Robinson they have out there? He's on IR. They're going to have to create pressure by blitzing. That plays into what our offense does and what Ben has been an amazing player at doing his whole career. So even with the guys coming back that they have in the places where they need to get healthy, they are not healthy. So that's why I have team health right now.
Yeah, because Peterson, he ain't the same.
Not at all. I want Peterson to be out there because I want Deontay to cook, but I wanted to be against Pat P because it just holds more weight. It's kind of like Pitt beating Clemson, right?
Yeah.
Pitt beat Clemson. It was a big deal. Even though Clemson was a down year, it was like, it was Clemson's name recognition. You watch Pitt beat Wake Forest, even though it was more significant of a game, it still didn't hold that same.
Honestly, yeah, the Clemson win was bigger. Yeah. Whenever you look back on it, the Wake Forest game was for the ACC championship, so it was bigger.
Right,
to
it
where,
was bigger in terms of
don't
accolades.
Lose this.
Yeah,
let's get this ACC championship. This is a huge accolade for Pitt. But yeah, you're right. The Clemson one was huge.
Right, it felt better to beat Clemson than it also did to just we got the championship, but we want to beat them. And that's kind of how I view it. So it's like if Deontay can get that matchup against Pat P, I think Deontay is going to do what he wants to do anyways. It just hits different when you're able to say, well, I did it against Pat P, a future Hall of Famer. And that's the part for him why I'm looking for it.
Well, my number one thing I don't like, it's on your like list.
Oh, Lord.
Kirk Cousins.
I need to say the defense. Oh, you went Kirk. Oh, how could you?
Kirk Cousins did.
How could you? How could you?
Overrated. I could care less what the stats say because his stat line is actually phenomenal this year. His touchdown interception ratio.
It's crazy. He was like 25-3 or something, right?
I could care less. I don't want this dude quarterbacking my team. I don't. He puts your franchise in the worst position possible. Yeah, because he isn't the worst quarterback in the league.
He's going to win you some playoff
top
games
20,
too.
But at the same time,
don't say top 20. He's top 15. Don't disrespect him.
I don't even know about that. I'd have to check the list.
Kirk is top 15.
He's just the guy I don't want. I don't think his arm strength's that good. Dude has one playoff win in his 10-year career so far. One playoff win. Mm-hmm. He has one season with 10 wins. Mm-hmm. I just don't think he's that good, dude.
Okay.
I don't. He's going to get you in range of 8-8, 9-7. Always going to let you down, though, because in big moments, you know what? I'll give him credit. I'll give him credit. Because you know what? Yeah. I'll give him credit because there's been some times this year he's drove him down, gotten a touchdown, whatever, got them in position. Yeah. I'll give him some credit. But at the same time, there's other points where he's nowhere to be seen. He's throwing screen passes on like 3rd and 20. Facts. And it's just like, bro, what are you doing? Like, I don't trust you. For the most part, like I really don't. For the most part, when all the chips are on the line. And this is like a chips on the line game, I think.
Oh, the chips are 100% for both
5
teams.
5-7 for them.
For both teams, the chips are on the line.
I don't trust Kirk Cousins. Yeah. I really don't. I don't think he's that good.
Okay.
I think our defense, I mean, we're going to get pressure on him. Mm-hmm. He's going to be flustered out there. I do think he's going to throw a pick to us for sure. I know his stat line is pretty impressive this year for his touchdown interception ratio, but he has thrown some balls like right to people. Okay. I mean, that's been, like I said, it's been any quarterback, but I think we're gonna get one here. Maybe it's Akello.
Okay. The next thing I don't like about them, though, is their pass rush. I alluded to that with the team health discussion. They are not going to be able to generate pressure in the way that negatively affects the Steelers. Steelers haven't been beaten a ton by blitzers. They've been beaten a ton by just bona fide edge rushers, the 4-man rush and things like that. They don't have that right now, and it's personnel related. The 2 guys that they did have were elite. I mean, they were top-notch rushers. That's why the defense looked like how it looked, and that's why going into last week's game, they were leading the league in sacks. Currently, they're number 2 behind us. We passed them with our 7 sacks last week. They're at 34, 35 right now. So they're still going to be able to create pressure and get sacks, but as a whole, they don't do it in the conventional way anymore. They're going to have to find a newer version of that, and I just don't know what that's going to look like right now for them because they haven't had to do that. They haven't had to worry about that. So that's why I have the pass rush.
My number 2, I got situational football. They're terrible. They're god-awful. The 2 minutes before half and the 2 minutes at the end of the game, they've given up 100 points.
Yo, it's bad.
They've given up 100 points. And there was 3 games that I watched.
Yes,
There's 3 games I watched, and it happened in every one of the games where they're giving up big plays and big points right before halftime. And then the end of the game, they can't really seem to figure it out. You see the Ravens, and this is my point too, like, Kirk Cousins leads a really nice drive at the end of that Ravens game to get it to overtime. Like, big props to you for that. I didn't think it was going to happen. I really didn't. But then overtime, they get the ball off a nice pick. I forget who. Was it Barr maybe? I can't remember who picked the one where Lamar kind of...
No, that was Barr. He did like a freaky one hand.
He had a really nice pick. He got the Vikings the ball. It's like, all you need is a field goal now. Just get it done, Kirk. Come on. And they're just this conservative-ass offense. It just doesn't feel like they know how to win, and that's why their record's at 5-7. And I think this situational football has a big thing to do with it. The 2 minutes before half and the 2 minutes at the end of half. I feel like Ben. We were talking about Ben in the no huddle and him getting things going, running stuff. Yeah, I think this is where he could take advantage.
Yeah. I like that. I like it. All right. Now I'm down to my third thing that I don't like, correct? My third thing. Yeah. And for those that don't know, in the chat, I did just put up a poll in terms of which QB you like on Thursday. You know, he's just getting a look.
Let me answer this real quick.
Got to put that in there, all right? Got to put that in there. Because you just never know. That's why I said on Thursday, you know? Because some people might view Kirk Cousins as better than Ben currently was it December 8th?
Well, I'm going to be interested in your answer for the QB.
You know, if I say some people are feeling like, you know, Kirk is the better quarterback today versus career-wise. And, you know, we'll get a chance to talk about that. But my last don't like is the left tackle that will be playing, who is not named Christian Darrisaw. His name, like I said earlier, I butchered it. Ali Samika Udo. Watching him, this past game, he struggles a lot against anything. Speed rush, bull rush, inside move, outside move. In fact, Deke, I was watching the tape. And I looked up my career sacks and I said, you know what? This might be a game I should come out and run the number up a little bit. I'm throwing it out there. I got for a second. Now, it could have been because of my mind state at the time. And I realized my mind state was highly altered when I woke up this morning and I had one AirPod in. One AirPod was under the bed. My computer, which was on my lap when I was in the bed, was magically folded down and on my
what was on the screen? Moats 2017 highlights.
Yeah, it was nuts, man. And I woke up, wife was like, you okay over there? I'm like, oh, I was having dreams about sacking the quarterback, babe. I'm sorry, okay? But it was because I was watching him on tape. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, he is the last thing that I do not like because, whoo, child, my man was struggle bus. Oh, Lord, he was struggle bus. So yeah. I'm going to just call him Udo. I'm going to stop butchering his first name. I'm just call him Udo. He's the last thing for me.
So for my third one, it's a little bit of a combination of things, and it goes back to what you said, I think, at number one with their injuries. But I have state of the franchise / overall mood, atmosphere. And I guess with that, I'm going to throw the injuries because you got to be down with some of these injuries that they're facing. Right now, I think Vikings fans are actually really rooting for this team to lose. They're sick of Kirk Cousins.
I know they don't like the coaching, too. I think.
Oh, yeah, they want Mike Zimmer fired.
Want Zimmer out of there.
It's almost like Chicago scenario with the Vikings. So that's just not good. It's just not healthy, I don't think. Whenever you want Kirk Cousins to do bad, you want your team to do bad, you want to tank. Like there were some fans I even heard on like podcasts and stuff where they're just like not even watching the Vikings anymore this season.
Yeah, I can understand it.
You combine that with the injuries, and I'll even tell you this for some of these games, like in the second half, I think even that Ravens game, it doesn't even feel like the team believes anymore. We talk about Devin Bush's effort. It felt like the effort for the whole Vikings defense wasn't completely there in some of these games.
I feel like the two people that I always feel like compete though, Kirk and Justin Jefferson. It'll be fourth quarter.
Fair.
They getting blown out. Them two dudes, they still going to work. Kirk going to throw Justin the ball.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Definitely.
But just them or when Thielen's out there. I feel like Thielen's a part of it as well, but that's about it. The rest of you watching, I'm with you. I'm like,
yeah, so
this?
We'll just say the vibes are down.
Yeah.
The vibes are down. That's something I don't really like about their team.
100%. All right.
Should play into our favor because the vibes are up right now coming off that win.